Good morning, friends. We are not in our usual haunts today. Hope we're doing well on this beautiful day. Good morning, everyone. You have this great day. So, welcome. Good morning. It is the 28th day of August. We're almost into September. This grand week, this grand last week of the warm and the beautiful. That with students getting ready to go back to school and all kinds of goodness. And we are here at 11:11. Not in our usual spot today. Today we are actually down in beautiful Newport, Rhode Island, on a place called the Cliff Walk. It's a fairly world-famous spot down here. Tonight we will gather with the church to talk about our summer read, the book that we've been working on, which is Severe Mercy. I hope you've had a chance to spend a little time with it. It's a wonderful read. If not, either way, still I hope you'll be a part of our fellowship tonight and be a part of the journey, if that's at all possible, of learning more about this great interaction with the fantastic C.S. Lewis in this time. But that's tonight. This hour, right here, right now, we are at the Cliff Walk in Newport, Rhode Island. This is one of the most famous places of luxuriating for some of the most richest people of yesteryear. That the fantastic mansions, the breakers, and all those sorts of things are right behind me. Some of the most opulent and beautiful things. And I wanted to take you down here today to remind you of something. To remind you of the fact that here are all of these places where these incredible captains of industry, these incredible people who brought into the world this incredible, not only incredible wealth, but incredible beauty, and also incredible accomplishments. That all of that this wealth wasn't just stolen. It was also from the building of America in some incredible ways. So all of that is, but what they would do in summertime is they would come here and they would take Sabbath time. And so it is. I want to encourage you this morning and what we want to talk about is just a little bit of Sabbath time. That what we are often convinced of as Sabbath time is these moments where we're a part of where we're in worship, or we're somehow genuflecting, or we're doing something. But the real function of Sabbath time is time out of work, time out of away from the daily labors and the daily grinds of what we are a part. And I don't care if you're retired. I don't care if you're not going to punching a clock every day. That's actually even harder to keep Sabbath time than it is sometimes when I have my spiritual director used to keep Sabbath time, and in Sabbath time he would always have these moments of being of this time set aside. They would take Mondays, as they were former pastors, and it became an incredible challenge for them in many ways to keep this time, because they didn't have the job to step away from, and he and his wife would simply take time off. Friends, our challenge is to take time away from the labors of our days, whether it's just keeping the house or keeping things together, but actually set a day a week aside and take a break. That these incredible builders of things and builders of America that are behind us, they took Sabbath time. And in fact, if we read the Ten Commandments, what does the Ten Commandments tell us? They tell us it's as important not to hit somebody in the head with an axe as it is to take time away from our labors. Because here's what it does. What Sabbath time does to us and does for us is I consider it the punctuation of our lives. That if we continue to work and we continue to labor and we continue to simply grind and grind and grind again, all we end up with is, well, dust and grind. And the ability once a week to pull away, or even for just a moment to pull away from our labors, and I'm not saying just kind of lay there like in a ball, binge watching Netflix, because that's not even that's kind of escapism. But simply to take a break from the worries and things of our world, and to luxuriate, to relax, to go for a walk on the cliff walk, to admire the beauty of the ocean, to be in a place, in a way, that is simply stopping, that helps us stop. What it does is it puts a period, it puts a comma, it puts a semicolon in the run-on sentences that our lives can so easily be in modernity. No other people have ever had to contend with having so much access. If you have a phone and you're listening to me on a phone, people can access you from around the planet. People are so mobile, they can roll up on your doorstep at any moment. There's this way in which there's so much media and technology that you can be inundated with an event that happens around the world at any time. All of it calls us to step away from the media landscape and the broadcasting into our minds, the invasion of people into our time and our space, the invasion of ourselves into the labors that we feel like we have to do, but to simply take a moment occasionally and rest, and really rest, really keep the Sabbath and make the Sabbath holy, to take our time away from the work of our labors and to simply appreciate all the things that we have managed to do, or all the things that maybe still call to us, but also to appreciate the wider creation and the beauty of the world as it is, and the world that God has given us. Without it, we become automatons. We become robots that simply grinding away at the work of our days, and with nothing left to show but dust. But if we take those moments, we can end the period or the paragraph of our moment, and we can say, oh, look at what happened there. We can appreciate the painting of our life, all of the brushstrokes of our days before we end up at the end of our lives, before we end up at the conclusion of our days. But we can see in the midst of them the beauty and the handwork of God right in the midst of our being. And that's the gift of Sabbath time. That's the gift of going for a walk on the cliff walk. That's the gift of spending a little bit of time with people who love you and that you love, and with no agenda to go get something done or get the wood in or whatever it is that the world feels that it calls to you for doing. There'll be tomorrow for that. But today, I hope you'll find a little Sabbath time, and that you'll get ready, and that if you're at all available and are all able, that you'll come and break bread with us tonight at 5:30 for our time with Reverend Dr. Will Voss, who is coming to talk more about our summer read, A Severe Mercy, wonderful book, and that might be a little Sabbath time too. All right, friends, that's my hope for you today. Peace and grace to you all, and I hope we'll pick it up tomorrow with another 11:11.